It was the summer of 1998. It had to be about 10 o'clock in the morning, which was way too early to be awake, when I got out of bed. I and a friend went to the mall killing time and noticed we had enough money between the two of us to get a bag of crystal. We had known people at the time who could get it for us, so we called them and ended up buying a gram each. It was around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this point, and we started off just doing a couple bumps, a small scoop on the end of a key or pen cap, each. Now, before I go any further, it is important for you to know that crystal is very evil. Most people could not just do a bump or two and walk away without wanting more. Later through the night we realized that we were starting to run low. We each took money out of the bank and bought another 2 grams each. On the way home from the trip, we picked up another friend, and stopped at the grocery store to get some juice. I had the idea to get some light bulbs for freebasing. Freebasing is basically slang term for smoking it. We went back to my friend's apartment, broke the silver piece off the light bulb, put salt in it to clean out the white, powdery residue, then put a couple keys in it. Lighting the bottom, I held the bulb in my hand, inhaling all the smoke that came out of it. I honestly had never felt so sped in my life. All through the night we blew and freebased crystal. The friends we picked up that night, no joke, did not stop talking for the next day or so. Still I, and my original cohort stayed up, and bought more crystal. We were on a 4.5-day speed binge. Sadly and scarily, 3 of those 4 days was a complete blur. All I remember is that my little buddy looked like a fucking turtle. He was almost completely useless. On the 4th day, I sat on my friend's balcony with a cigarette in one hand and a large cup of water in the other. I thought I was going to die. My pulse rate was constantly somewhere between 120 and 140, and I could barely stand. My friend's tongue swelled up like a wet sponge. It was absolutely horrible. We were hermits for those 4 days, not leaving the apartment except for more crystal and light bulbs. Crystal is an evil, evil drug if you let it get out of hand. After that night, I firmly believe I had an addiction. I had puked and sweated and needed crystal for about a month after. Don't get into my position. Please remember my story and don't get stupid. Party carefully and responsibly. By the way, I haven't touched drugs since.